Hey, music. That's that sound.
You're going to hear the train in the background too. So you're going to railroad right on.
There you go. Time for this week's twin. This week in the news, business lessons we get from people who are making news. This week's twin is, hey, Jen Rosenbaum. Thank you for the small business lesson. And the question always is,
who the heck is Jen Rosenbaum?
Well, I'm glad you asked.
Well,
Jen lives in Queens, New York, with her husband and 2 children. In 2008, a little over 8 years ago, Jen was a stay-at-home mom, struggling with infertility issues, and really questioning herself as a woman and as a mom. She just didn't do well. So she bought a camera to take some pictures of her young daughter. She had one daughter at the time at play. It was her therapy. And through her camera, Jen was able to heal herself, and see beauty in the world again by taking pictures of her daughter, the most important person in her life. So Jen became very good at photography. So she says, I'm going to start a business. So she became a wedding photographer. It was fun. And she was very good at it. As you'll see, she has a creative mind. But you know what? There are hundreds and hundreds of wedding photographers in New York City. So Jen's jobs were few, and the money was not that great. Then one day, a female photographer friend of hers invited Jen to accompany her to what's called a boudoir photo shoot. That's where you go to a woman's home and you shoot the women in their bedroom wearing negligees, not naked, just wearing negligees. And Jen went, she was a friend, and Jen was hooked because this type of photography allowed her to express her creative side. She says, wow, there's a lot of stuff I can do with this. So Jen decided to become a boudoir photographer specialist and offer boudoir shoots in her bedroom. Well, she told her family and friends of her breakthrough idea, and you can imagine their response. This is stupid. If they're not models, who the heck wants a picture of themselves half naked? It is dangerous to invite strangers into your home and even into your bedroom. What are you, nuts? Do anything else? Get a job at Starbucks? They just went all of and over. But Jen says, I ignore you, and I'm going to follow my instinct. Also, Jen being a marketer at heart, this was in 2009, there were only a handful of photographers in New York City that specialized in boudoir photography, her friend being one.
Back in 2008, I picked up a camera for the first time. I was a mom of 1, and I had a little bit of free time on my hands when she was in school, so I taught myself how to take pictures. I'm completely self-taught. Shortly after, I discovered boudoir photography, and I absolutely fell in love with it. And I said to my husband one day, I know what I want to be when I grow up. I want to be a boudoir photographer. And about 48 hours later, I started my business in my bedroom, actually. Boudoir photography, in my perception, is an opportunity for women to explore their sensuality, their intimacy, their femininity through an experience that's really amazing, through dressing up and putting on makeup and having a great time, sort of stepping out of their comfort zone. What I found over the years is I'm really trying to reach women that want to do this for themselves. It might also benefit as a gift for somebody else, but I want a woman that's invested in this process because I want to make a difference in women's lives. There's so many women that come to me with touching stories, breast cancer survivors, moms that just feel that they've just lost it all, women that are trying to save their marriages from divorce and trying to gain back their confidence in their marriage. And so these are the women that I'm looking to really make an impact with. I want to show them that they are beautiful, they are worthy, and that they can be a little fearless.
Oh, I love you. Okay. That's awesome. It's amazing.
How cute is that?
I love it.
When they come in for their actual shoot, we finalize what outfits they're going to wear, and we finalize their hair and makeup looks with the hair and makeup team. After that, we do the shoot, and I guide them through every step of the way. So I don't just say, hey, stand there and look sexy. I'm going to tell them what to do with their body. Posing is one of my specialties, so I know exactly how to position a woman to make her look amazing. Next time is point your toes up. Yeah. And I want you to tilt your head a little bit this way and just relax your mouth. and we'll go through all of that. And then about 2 weeks after that, she'll come back to see her photos. We'll pick her favorites and we'll decide how she wants to purchase them. I hope that women get from this experience that they realize that they are beautiful. Every woman is beautiful. That every woman is beautiful in their own way, and maybe finding their particular beauty. And just knowing that they have a power that maybe they don't show every day, but that it lives inside them.
But she did have more well-known competitors, and Jen was a nobody in this business. So Jen used her creative genius and came up with this, I think, a brilliant marketing idea. She said, okay, who are my best prospects? Now, remember, she has no clients. She said, I got it. So Jen put an ad on a wedding board and announced that she would offer a free boudoir shoot to newly engaged women on 2 conditions: that they promised to post a picture of her shoots on social media and comment what they felt, positive or negative, about Jen's shoots, about Jen's photo shoots. The buzz she created sent Jen's business into orbit. She got all this. She was doing free photo shoots, but she was getting all this free publicity, word of mouth. People went lauding, L-A-U-D-I-N-G, Jen's photo shoots, but it wasn't Jen saying it, was her client saying it. So Jen was soon working almost 7 days a week, shooting boudoir photos. She got so much business, she had to rent a studio to handle the increase in her business. Well, with the increased business comes a problem. Jen realized that she was working a lot of hours, missing a lot of time with her family. She now had 2 daughters, and she was not making the money she thought she was worth. So Jen raised her prices to a minimum of $1,000 per photo shoot, well, $999. She was so proud, she updated her website and her shopping cart and waited for the orders to come pouring in. And she waited, and she waited, and she waited, and nothing happened. Then Jen realized that she had just gone from 300 clients to 0 clients. Her business died. She was scared. She says, what am I going to do? But she said, I'm going to wait it out. She says, I'm worth at least $1,000 per photo shoot because I am that good. Eventually, clients came around and agreed to new prices. Today, Jen now selects the 50 clients per year that she wants to work with, as opposed to 300 clients. But that limited her revenue potential because Jen did not want to subcontract her photo shoots to other photographers. So she added a new revenue stream. Jen now teaches people how to do their own boudoir photo shoots, and she teaches other photographers the tricks of doing quality boudoir photo shoots and how to create her own business. This passive income stream now exceeds the revenue Jen makes from her own photo shoots. And Jen named her boudoir photo business Generations, with J-E-N, Generations.
Hey guys, I'm Jen Rosenbaum and I'm a boudoir photographer in New York City. I get asked over and over again for help with posing women in boudoir. Jen, how do you pose women that have curves? Jen, how do you pose a taller girl? So on and so forth. So I decided today to bring a whole team in. Hair, makeup, videography, and 3 different women that allowed me to shoot them and show you how I work with them. I'm really tired. It's been a long day, but it was so fun. And I can promise you, you're gonna learn the 8 points of posing. You're going to learn how to communicate with clients so you can get them to pose without touching them. You're going to learn how to relax them and get good facial expressions and just have a good time with them. You're going to see how some of the models go from being a little bit stiffer to totally opening up and having a lot of fun with me. So I hope you enjoy it. I'm really looking forward to hearing your feedback, and let's make everybody beautiful.
Well, it is now 2015, 2016. And you know what? Jen is back to having hundreds and hundreds of businesses offering boudoir photo shoots at discount prices. Another problem. She was getting price commoditized. So Jen says, well, how do I stand out from my competitors? Again, I believe Jen is a marketing genius. As Jen states, she is not just a photographer. She says she calls herself a photo therapist. What she was doing all these years was not about the photos. The photos were very good and her clients were happy, but what her clients walked away with after a session with Jen was a lot more than just a pretty picture. They walked away with more confidence and a fearlessness of how pretty they really were. Remember, now these aren't cover girls. These are everyday women. Okay? Being with Jen, her clients have an experience. First of all, they're in a safe place, her studio, and they get to define and celebrate their own personal, unique femininity and beauty. Jen brings in a professional makeup artist, a professional hairstylist, and a water expert. Again, and I've seen photos that she's done. And these people dress up these women to reveal their real selves. Something that proves to each woman that she is more than meets the eye, that she is whoever she wants to be, and she can own that woman shamelessly. And many times, women leave and own that woman in the real world too. I know that, by the way, while each client is going through this transformation, Jen is taking pictures while all this happens. And Jen realizes it wasn't about the photos, it was about their experience. And the photos are just a very special reminder of how that woman felt on that very special day when she realized how beautiful she was. Wow. Thank you, Jen Rosenbaum. So I took away 3 what I call very important small business lessons from Jen's story. Lesson number 1. Do not let the naysayers deter you if you believe you are right. Jen did not listen to a well-meaning family and friends that told her she was making a big mistake going into the boudoir photography business. It's something she wanted to do, and she knew she'd be good at it. Lesson number 2, charge what you believe you are worth. Jen knew she was doing a lot more than just photo shoots. And she stuck to her convictions, even though the marketplace was slow to accept her new prices. They accept them now, and they pay her a lot more than $1,000 per photo shoot. And number 3, people don't pay you for what you do. People pay you for how you make them feel when you do what you do. Even though Jen has many competitors, Jen today is among the highest priced photographers, boudoir photographers in New York City, because of her ability to make her clients feel very, very special. And gentlemen, that's my twin for this week about Ms. Jen Rosenbaum.
Very nice. Actually, it was on her site looking at the pictures.
Yeah. Again, now, obviously, to me, they're beautiful because I have 2 daughters. So to me, every woman is beautiful. But these women, we don't know how they felt. Because I've seen a gallery, how they felt when they walked into Jen's photo shoot for the first time. Where you can see in their eyes and in their expression, and if you can see in their mind, how they feel when they look at themselves. They have so much more to offer. So,
And I've never heard of a boudoir photographer before.
Yeah, well, you're not. Yeah, you're right. Neither did I.
One of my wives did that, and it was amazing. And during the divorce, I had to give the book back. Damn it!
There you go.
But you're right. There is truly a transformation. I think that she's captured. You know.
Yeah. She and again, and this comes back to John Taffer. You know, the bar rescue. People not buying Coronas. They're buying for the experience of having a beer at your location. Make them feel special. Make them feel good. I was watching, listening to some radio guy yesterday when I was driving around, and he said, people don't remember what you say, but they remember how you made them feel.
Right.
And wow. And Jen took that to the nth degree, which is why she can charge a minimum of $1,000 per photo shoot.
And I always say, the purchasing equation is people buy for emotion backed up by logic.
Right.
And she's a persona of this one, Yeah. The how it's going to make you feel is the emotional piece of all of that. And is it a good value? You bet,
Well, Peter, the stuff that you do, how did Doug and Annalisa feel?
Yes, well, they're probably my greatest,
Right.
yeah, but, Annalise is probably my greatest fan. It
And-
kind of goes back to one of the conversations you had with your MLM people is, it's once you win somebody over and you do it naturally, they're your greatest spokesman,
Isn't that amazing? And Dick, I still remember the garage door story you told me
Yeah.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
How did you feel when you had that card in your pocket and you could make that one call? I mean,
it gives you the feeling of the entitlement that you have the ability to get yourself protected legally.
Yeah, I think it's an empowerment too, Dick.
Yeah, that's the word I was looking for, Peter.
Right.
Empowerment. Yes.
And,
No, I saved the best for last.
okay.
Peter, you're not selling a Defender because it's a Defender. You're selling Defender because it gives me a confidence that I have that thing in my pocket. And I think when people know they have that confidence and they're walking some street,
Absolutely.
the bad guy's going to say, I'm not sure I want to mess with that guy.
Right.
He has a confidence. So you are selling confidence with that Defender thing.
I agree, and I talk about that quite often. It's not the Defender. It's the actual ability to have the confidence to think that you might be able to survive a violent attack.
Yeah.
And that confidence comes, I can have a fighting chance. I don't have to be a victim. I have a chance. And that's what makes them, that's what makes them act a certain way. And the predators, they always go after the low-hanging fruit. And if you have confidence, you're not low-hanging fruit anymore.
Right.
So as I was putting this thing together this week, I thought of the Defender. That was foremost on my mind.
Right. Well, I'll have to revisit that, but I do talk about that quite often.
Perfect.
And it it's a good counsel to maybe make that more a centerpiece of what goes on, and not so much as an afterthought.
Mm-hmm.
One of my testimonials is I thought I was going to get mugged, and this guy pulled the Defender out. They didn't know what it was, and they ran away. But he hadn't even looked at the video and how to use it. He just pulled it out. And because he didn't know what it was, suddenly he wasn't low-hanging fruit anymore, but he had the confidence to pull it out and stand his ground, and you're right. So
Very good.
thank you for that. Okay.